Your person is profoundly burdened by the weight of past decisions, especially those moments when they turned away from the unconditional love you offered so freely. Each choice they made to distance themselves now feels like an aching missed opportunity, leaving them haunted by regret that seems impossible to repair. This heavy remorse sits deeply within their chest, growing more intense with each passing day, magnifying their internal struggle. Where once communication flowed effortlessly, a silence now stretches between you, unsettling them profoundly. They find themselves obsessively checking their phone, desperately hoping for a message or a call that never arrives. Each passing day only reinforces their awareness of the emotional chasm that's grown between you. Trapped within a cycle of hopeful anticipation and painful disappointment, their heart aches for even the smallest sign from you. Yet, you've deliberately chosen to step away and redirect your energy inward, surrendering this entire situation to divine guidance. Your decision to prioritize self-care, growth, and spiritual healing has dramatically shifted the dynamic. This unexpected silence carries profound power, representing a clear and undeniable statement about your newfound self-worth. Your person senses this shift intensely, deeply aware of how your focus has moved inward, nurturing your own peace and balance. As they reflect on your silence, guilt floods their consciousness. They're forced to confront the actions that caused this separation. The harsh words born from insecurity, the defensive behaviors fueled by unresolved fears. This heightened self-awareness, though painful, is deeply enlightening. They now see clearly that their negative actions weren't triggered by anything you did, but instead stemmed from their own internal turmoil and insecurity. This realization cuts deeply, leaving them to face the full consequences of their mistakes. Their remorse isn't fleeting or superficial. It's a profound acknowledgement of their failures, especially the times when ego, pride, or insecurity took control. These moments replay vividly, haunting their mind as constant reminders of the harm they've done. This regret is intensified further by your ascension into a higher vibration, clearly setting standards and boundaries that reflect your true value. They recognize fully now that you refuse to accept anything less than the respect, love, and care you genuinely deserve. Understanding this, they're torn between deep admiration for your growth and an intense fear of falling short. They yearn to reconnect, driven by a longing to bridge the emotional gap and make amends. However, they're acutely aware that any effort must be sincere, genuine, and aligned with the elevated self-respect and clarity you now embody. They long to heal past misunderstandings, apologize for hurtful words, and take full responsibility for the unnecessary conflict they created. Your person's heart is urging them toward authentic transformation, motivating them to address their own shadows and limitations. They desperately want to move beyond the past, no longer letting old wounds dictate their future. Instead, they desire meaningful, lasting change, not merely spoken apologies, but actions that genuinely reflect growth and sincere remorse. Yet, they're deeply conscious of the delicacy of your current state. They sense your silence isn't simply about creating distance, but a conscious act to protect the peace you've carefully cultivated. They're aware you're no longer seeking validation or reassurance from them. You've discovered an inner strength that's both beautiful and formidable. Your new self-assured energy captivates them, pulling them closer while simultaneously filling them with anxiety about falling short once again. This awareness compels them to approach any potential reconciliation with profound care and respect. They're carefully considering how to break this silence in a way that honors your transformation and the powerful, radiant presence you've become. They understand deeply that reconnecting with you now requires aligning themselves energetically with your heightened vibration, one of clarity, unconditional love, and unwavering self-respect. Beyond the silence that separates you lies their intense fixation on your energy, their heart endlessly drawn to you. They see in you a rare beauty, an unparalleled authenticity that resonates deeply within their soul. To them, you're perfectly imperfect, every flaw enhancing your allure, each imperfection a unique piece of your unmatched beauty. You're everything they desire, exactly as you are, and they wouldn't change a single thing. They know you sometimes worry about the differences between you, fearing they might be obstacles. Yet to them, these differences aren't barriers but beautiful bridges, allowing mutual growth and deeper understanding. Each difference brings opportunity, enriching the bond in ways superficial similarities never could. Despite their efforts to move on, they find thoughts of you inevitably resurfacing. They've tried distracting themselves, filling their life with busyness, convincing themselves they've healed. Yet every attempt proves futile. The truth is, your absence weighs heavier on them than they ever anticipated. It manifests as an intense emotional ache, an emptiness impossible to ignore. What hurts most isn't merely your absence but the deep silence, the void once filled with comforting words, laughter, and intimacy. Every silent moment amplifies the ache within their heart, a longing that never fades. They miss your playful conversations, the teasing messages that brought smiles and warmth, providing daily comfort and connection. They can no longer deceive themselves into thinking they're fine. Deep down, they long to abandon the toxic patterns that sabotage their happiness and kept them distant from genuine love. Dreaming of you has only made their desire clearer. They want to grow, to become someone worthy of the extraordinary connection you shared. Dreams of you bring bittersweet comfort. In those brief moments, they feel peace and closeness again, waking with both gratitude for the memory and sorrow for your continued absence. This profound love they feel for you surpasses any simple explanation or romantic cliché. It's deep, powerful, and unyielding, existing beneath every thought, every moment spent longing for your return. Your partner is lovesick, overwhelmed by the realization that no one can ever take your place. Their heart aches deeply for you, haunted by their past behavior, knowing fully they've caused you pain. They're tormented by knowing their actions led to tears, frustration, and emotional exhaustion for you. Now they understand you're no longer willing to tolerate toxic behaviors, a realization hitting them with undeniable clarity and sadness. They are actively manifesting your return, committed to genuinely changing and proving they're capable of the mature, healthy love you deserve. Their heart is on the brink of openly expressing these intense feelings, no longer willing to hide behind silence or fear. Your maturity, wisdom, and emotional intelligence have profoundly influenced them, highlighting how exceptional you truly are. In a world filled with disappointments, you've consistently stood apart as a beacon of authenticity and compassion. They deeply regret treating you like everyone else, failing to recognize the rarity and beauty of your soul. Your unwavering morals, your genuine kindness, and your consistent integrity have left an indelible mark on their heart. Now they recognize clearly your exceptional qualities, finally seeing that you embody everything they've always wanted but feared they would never find. Your presence has shown them a different reality, one of sincerity, kindness, and authenticity. Inspired by your example, they feel an overwhelming determination to heal, to mend the bond they once damaged through pride and insecurity. They understand clearly now that words alone aren't sufficient. Their promises must be supported by real, tangible actions. They're ready to show you through consistent effort that they're changing, evolving into someone worthy of your trust and affection. It isn't simply about winning you back. It's about becoming genuinely better, worthy of your extraordinary love. Their deepest desire now is to reveal their vulnerability, opening their heart completely, and demonstrating the authentic depth of their love in ways they've never before dared to express. Amen.